Hello, welcome to FC Barcelona Central. I am your host, Pedro, and today we're dissecting the latest from the La Liga president Javier Tebas' comments on Barcelona's financial tightrope. We're also breaking down the intensifying battle for the crucial left winger position, and I give you an inside scoop on how our club is navigating this transfer market window. All right, let's kick things off with the man who's always have something to say about Barcelona finances, Javier Tebas, La Liga president. He, spoke yesterday about our club situation for the upcoming transfer window, and he says it's not just about signing player, but it's also about registering him. And once again, Tebas made it crystal clear, and he said, "quote Barca has to do some things to be able to register the players. Not a lot, but they have to do things, and we already know what they are. But we're not at those days yet. We'll see." Quote. So he's obviously speaking in code. But what does that mean, Coolest? Means that our clubs needs to either sell players or generate new extra income to be able to register the new additions. Starting with our new goalkeeper, Joan Garcia, or even Athletic Bilbao winger, Nico Williams, in case we get him. Tebas specifically reminded everyone that right now Barca does not yet meet the requirement to sign freely. They can sign anyone yet under the 1-1 rule. If we want Nico, he stressed that we have to sell and adjust our account significantly. This is all because Barcelona is currently outside the financial fair play, outside of that crucial 1-1. This stems from April 2nd when La Liga itself didn't accept the 100 million euros operation related to the sale of the future Spotify Camp No box seats, which this was done late last year. Until we sell players or generate this specific type of incomes, we can get back into the much needed 1-1 case scenario. That rule is paramount because it means that we can reinvest every euro we earn from the sales directly into new signings. For example, Clement Lenglet, who just recently, we gave him the letter of freedom. He had a contract worth of 10 million for the next 2 seasons. This allowed Barcelona to use only around 6.4 of his salary for, each of the season, totally being around 12.8 million euros in 2 years. It is a small amount, but it's a significant step towards being, where we need to be. On a separate note, this situation does not affect players like Dani Olmo and Pau Victor. Why? Well, because La Liga resolution on April 3rd accepted Barcelona's urgent measures remaining in effect. So, unless the national court accepts this new current La Liga measures, we won't have to face these problems, and in not during the summer, but in the winter market coming up. So hopefully Barcelona can sell some players, and I have something to mention about that. Some players have been going in the rumors that are gonna be sold from us. But first, I want to switch gear and talk about our target attack, the left winger. I'm hearing that Barcelona is starting to get a little impatient with Luis Diaz. The strategy that Laporta and Deco had 3 weeks ago seen for the 28-year-old Colombian forward who has a contract until 2027, the strategy was to apply pressure on Liverpool through his agent. The goal was to create a favorable negotiation context that would lead a transfer to Barcelona. However, aside from some very brisk comments from Diaz made earlier this month, hasn't been any pressure being put on Liverpool's leadership. This is quite surprisingly, especially since the reigning Premier League champion clearly needs funds after they pay 40 million euros for Jeremy Frimpong and being close to shelling out another 117 million for Florian Wirtz. Barca was banking on Diaz and his representative to pressure Liverpool to have talks with Barcelona, aiming to reduce the transfer cost to 60 million euros. Right now, it seems to be around 80. But his agent maintained a very cautious attitude, arguing that summer and the transfer market are very long. This position has reportedly frustrated Barcelona, who wants a quicker resolution and don't want to repeat what happened last summer for a position that is very important and fundamental for this team. Diaz is currently on a vacation after getting married last week. Good for him. And there has been no report or any significant movements in Barcelona. despite the club believing his attitude will facilitate a pressure, an exit from Liverpool. This passive stance from the Colombian contrasts the sharp and recent shift in our approach to the other player that we're looking at, when it's Nico Williams. The athletic winger reportedly offered himself to Barcelona through his agent during a meeting in Barcelona last Friday. Nico knew that Barca had Diaz as a main priority and that Joan Laporta had practically vetoed him after he didn't feel that he didn't do enough and he didn't want to wait for the Barcelona. I don't know, some little mess that happened last year. In fact, Joan Laporta is reportedly once again excited about signing Nico Williams. The president, who had pretty much closed the door on this operation, has been reconquered by the Athletic Club footballer's gesture. Nico, before advancing negotiations with Bayern or Arsenal, made the move to offer himself to Barcelona. This was fundamentally change the situation in how the club looks at him. Laporta is reportedly seduced by the idea of pairing Nico with Lamine Yamal, creating an offense duo that can represent the future and the present, and that excites both the fans and the club. Now, Nico's interest is not new. Insiders confirmed that they knew of his willingness to wear the Barcelona shirt. Even some players in our locker room who play with Nico in the Nations League have directly want to have Nico to come over, and they're interested to play alongside him in the club. This good chemistry among players who have been key for Laporta has given the green light. Within the sporting leadership, there has been some voices in favor of the signing. They believe that due to his age, projection, and connection with several of our squad members, Nico Williams is an ideal piece to reinforce the attack. Unlike other profiles with less room for growth, Nico fits the idea what we're trying to build: a solid project around young talent, a left winger with speed, dribbling ability, defensive commitment, hunger, and a natural chemistry with the young core of our team. Wow, what a compelling case for him. I think he's definitely the one we should get. He seems to be a cheaper option, and if we go by what history gave us and tells us, Barcelona has this thing because, again, the 1-1 rule situation, the fair play situation, every season that they don't get a player, it seems like the next transfer window they get it. So if there's any rumors now for players like Alejandro Grimaldo, there could be a chance that we definitely get him next transfer window, because this is what has happened. Dani Olmo was that way. We finally got him in the last transfer window after being rumored the previous transfer window, and hopefully we can do the same with Nico Williams. I definitely remain hopeful. Now, let's talk about some strategic maneuvers within our squad. It seems that Sevilla has an eye on Pablo Torre. The midfielder is not in Hansi Flick's plans, and he's already been know that he needs to play elsewhere. Sevilla knows this, and his name is on the list for the reinforcement, an option the player is currently considering. Spotify and Camp know they have a specific plan for Pablo Torre. The objective is to secure him as his contract ends in 2026, and to secure an exit. Some possibly sales with a lower buyback clause. Either way, the door is open for Pablo Torres to leave. Sevilla seems to be a team that wants to participate in this, but they are waiting for his participation in the Under-21 European Championship with Spain. Knowing that the player entourage wants to move, they see him as an ideal candidate to add him to the attack. But speaking about smart moves, let's talk about the day of Joan Garcia. After a few days of waiting, his official signing for FC Barcelona is happening most likely today. Last Friday, the club already ordered to pay the release clause to Espanyol, which is around 25 million euros plus tax, totaling around 26.3. On Monday, Espanyol confirmed that they received the payment from La Liga, and the official announcement for Barcelona will most likely come this Wednesday. Now that everything is resolved, Joan Garcia himself will make the next move this Wednesday, releasing a statement on his social media saying goodbye to Espanyol. He's most likely disabled all the comments to avoid negative reaction, as Espanyol supporters are really upset about the decision for him to choose Barcelona over any Premier League team. Once he says his goodbye, Barcelona will officially announce his signing of the Catalan goalkeeper for the next 6 seasons until June 30th, 2031. While Barca no longer discloses release clauses or salaries, it is rumored that Joan Garcia's salary would be around 3 million euros per season. This contract signing and preparation are expected to be this week, most likely Wednesday, Thursday. After all, he'll continue his vacation until he reports to Hansi Flick on July 13 for physical tests, with his first game potentially being against Vissel Kobe in Japan on July 27. So guys, what are your biggest takeaways from today's news? Is Nico Williams the right choice for a left wing? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay plugged in into all the breaking news and analysis from FC Barcelona, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. You can find me on my Instagram under my childhood nickname Orrutio. Until next time, and Visca Barça.